was founded in South Korea by a reverend called Moon Sun-myung back in 1954, and they're perhaps best known for their mass weddings. You might have seen those images from Madison Square Garden or other sports stadiums worldwide, where you have hundreds and perhaps thousands of people getting married or renewing their wedding vows in their, wedding dresses and their suits. This is a religious movement that exists in over 100 countries, and it's bigger in Japan than it is in South Korea. And basically, the followers believe that Reverend Moon is a second Messiah, that he was a man who was sent on earth to carry on the work of Jesus Christ. And that's for the religious part. There's also a business element to the Unification Church. The church has offshoot businesses and subsidiaries. It's pretty much a conglomerate, if you will. Their subsidiaries include, or once included, car manufacturing, construction, media outlets, food sales, private schools, and even quite a prestigious ballet company. And finally, there's also a political element to this religious movement. They're staunchly anti-communist. They're proponents of family values. They're very socially conservative, and they support right-wing politicians around the world. And they also have ties to Japan's conservatives, and this since the late 1960s.
So what's the link between the Unification Church and Shinzo Abe?
Well, before the shooting, actually, the suspect wrote on a blog that Shinzo Abe is not his original enemy, but he did accuse him of being one of the church's most influential sympathizers. So what we do know is that Shinzo Abe delivered a keynote address in an event that was organized by an affiliate of the church, and this just last September. We also know that Shinzo Abe's grandfather, who also used to be a prime minister, was closely involved in setting up the movement's political unit in Tokyo. And today, the ties run deep between the ruling LDP party and the Unification Church. There was an internal survey recently since the murder of Shinzo Abe that found that almost half of its members had ties to the church and to the church's affiliates. And what's really been bothering the Japanese public isn't just the ties between religion and politics. It's because this church has very controversial fundraising methods. They have something called spiritual sales. It's when they sell vases and seals and beads to people, promising them that this would absolve their sins and the sins of their ancestors. And that has been very controversial over the years.
Yena, thank you very much for that, Yena.